I'm born to be wild, dying to be free. I left those asphalt streets so my soul and nature could meet. Mandog drifter.
These are pork chops, not deer or moose. I wish it was moose. But yeah, as you can see, I had a couple visitors the last couple nights that I was down at Camp 1. And then I had to move back up to Camp 2. I'm back up at Camp 2 right now. I didn't video it. I've already put up a couple videos already of moving and setting up, so but I'll give you the tour of what I've done. I went with the 3-wall structure again. Leaves quite a bit of roof on the backside, because the hole already cut in the tarp for the stovepipe. For it to line up, there's a big overhang. Yeah, got my wood pile, my freezer down there, got my bed up off the ground, up in the heat area. I went with the hanging pantry again. Got my emergency blankets back up to reflect the heat. My coat / drying rack, my stove, another wood pile. Oh yeah, quite a bit less room than the 4-wall. Don't notice it till I set back up, but yeah, this is home. Yeah, we got some snow, finally. Snowed for about 2 days and got about a foot or so. And it dropped down to minus 24 or 26 overnight last night. And the high of today was supposed to be minus 20. And it's supposed to drop down to minus 28 overnight tonight. So this is the coldest night that I've had so far doing this winter camping. But this furnace is going to be going non-stop tonight for sure. But yeah, just a few minutes ago I had my thermometer outside, and it was showing minus, it was almost down as far as it could go, but not quite. I think it was like minus 27. So, and right now in here it's plus 25, so there it is over there. But yeah, having some pork chops. I'm glad I stocked up on firewood. Now that I'm looking at it, I hope that it's enough. It's nothing worse than having to go out in the middle of the night and cut more firewood. And I've had to do that a lot. Okay, I think these are done. Cut test and see. Oh yeah. Topper with some butter flavored syrup. Oh yeah, let's just drown it in the syrup. Oh yeah, that is good. Night. It's supposed to drop down, like I said, to minus 28 overnight, but then it was only a high of minus 20 today, but it's supposed to warm up to a high of minus 9 tomorrow, then only drop down into the teens, negative teens. Next 7-day forecast, it'll like slowly warm up again. But it cools off pretty quick in here though once that fire dies down. Gotta keep it stocked up. I'm very pleased how well that little stove works. Just got to clean it every 3 days, three to 5 days. Right now I'm burning a lot of real dry stuff, but you start burning some of that stuff, you get a lot of pitch in it, builds up quicker. And you usually have to clean it every couple of days if you burn a lot of that. But yeah, throws a lot of heat. Don't throw no heat out the bottom, and not very much at the back. It's just out the sides, the top, and the front. That's why I got the bed raised up, so I'm in the heat zone. It's very comfortable up here. But yeah, my sleeping bag, got a great big burn hole in it. He was on our hike. They had Hemi and this tucked into this next to the campfire. It had open campfire, and every time I went to go get firewood, she'd have to come follow me. She always was involved in everything I did. And when she'd get up, she'd end up dragging it into the fire, burn a big hole in it. But I was sure missing her lots today. Yeah, well, we'll get comfortable. Take my boots off and stay a while. My boots are in pretty rough shape. Got too close to the fire there a few times on our hikes and weakened them, and now they've opened up big holes at the heels and the back. I got my feet in garbage bags. I gotta get a new pair as soon as possible. I got another pair of boots that I had to leave behind on my first trip back there with the sled to pick up my tarps and stove and inverter and Hemi. I had to leave some stuff behind. Couldn't take it all. I planned on going right back, but by the time I got back out here, the snow was getting packy. It was warming up, and then it warmed right up and we lost snow. And by the time I set up camp and buried Hemi, it turned very mild and a lot of snow was gone. So then that road was down to gravel, and I didn't know how far back it went, or if there was snow all the way, or if there's snow at the other end. And when you're hiking 30 some kilometers, it's a long hike to find out you got no snow 10 kilometers left at the very end. So I was putting it off, waiting for things to get a little colder and some more snow. And now them boots come apart, so I don't know if they'd make the hike back there or not. Yeah, there's a big gash that opened up here and down the little hole in the bottom there, but this one's worse at the bottom. Yeah, it's right at the heel. That's all opened up. Did the old garbage bag trick. Keeps your feet warm too. tap the heat inside, but just keep my feet dry. But yeah, my felts wore a hole in my sides of my felts at the heels with them out opened up. Had to wrap my feet around there. It was chafing my back of my ankles. Wore the heels out of my socks. I got another pair of regular socks and wool socks with me, but I haven't changed them. I was afraid it would rip a hole and do the same thing as soon as I put them on. Not long after I put them on, so wait until I get new footwear before I switch these out. Oh, that fire feels good. Actually, put these down here. They're not wet. The eggs work good. I'm going to heat them up and put them back on my feet. Be my night socks. Keep the feet warm. Oh yeah, this is comfortable. Wouldn't know it was negative 27 degrees outside these tarp walls. Cigar. wood pile restocked some. I took advantage of the fresh snow and melted a jug of drinking water, and we're fed. That was New England clam chowder, by the way. Very good. Well, let's back it up here to a couple nights ago when it was minus 28. I didn't run out of wood. I had enough wood to last me last night too. Had a little bit left over today, but and I stayed warm. It cooled off quick when the fire died down, but it was just the right temperature up here. So that going. Now last night it was warmer. I think it was only dropped down to minus 17, and I stocked that right full just before I went to sleep. And I woke up not too much later, just sweating. I had to take some layers off. But it was just perfect that real cold night. But we survived. Yeah, and then yesterday when I woke up, I was feeling a little down. And I had to go into town, but once I started out walking and got to them clearings, all that fresh snow hanging off the trees, sun was shining. It was just a beautiful winter wonderland, all that fresh powder. And then on the way back, there was a bunch of deer out. And there was one group of deer. There was some turkeys hanging out with them. But yeah, it's pretty hard to stay down, feeling down when you have them views. Just being in nature, I don't know, it's just something about it. But I always grew up being in the woods a lot. It's always been a part of my life. Another few days of being in the mountains, camping in the woods. You can't go wrong there.
Some days I'm fine, some days I'm not. Some days I'm feeling strong and confident. Some days I struggle with finding a reason to live. But I keep putting one foot in front of the other, knowing low feelings will pass. Those confident feelings will return. Sometimes the push and pull drives me crazy, but I believe in a someday. Some days I'm fine, some days I'm not. Some days I'm feeling strong and confident. Some days I struggle with finding a reason to live. But I keep putting one foot